Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror Freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Horror. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya and Mike Kruger. Gentlemen,
what's up, guys?
What's up? We're here tonight to talk about a highly anticipated Netflix sequel, Babysitter Killer Queen from director McG. 2 years in the making. We'll get right into it. So 2 years after Cole survived the satanic blood cult, he is living another nightmare, high school. And the demons from his past are still making his life hell. All right. So this is the description says. 2 years later, Cole's, basically all grown up, dealing with typical high school experience, bullies and what have you. Still crushing on Melanie. We get to see how their relationship has kind of evolved. And obviously the demons of his past are not done with him yet. So Kruger, what did you think of Babysitter Killer Queen?
Yeah, so right before we watched this, I watched Babysitter because I had tried to watch it when it first came out. And this is just like a funny story, but like I turned it off when it got to the dance scene. I don't know why. It pissed me off for some reason. So like I never finished the movie, so I never really understood like, oh, this shit's like super ridiculous. Like this is a ridiculous, gory, crazy world, like batshit insanity at its finest. And like I really enjoyed the first Babysitter. I feel like an idiot for turning it off a couple of years ago. So going into this, I was really excited, and I think this is one of those situations where the sequel is better than the first movie. Just the acting overall is really strong. It's actually funny as hell. Like there's humor that's just like all over the place. So there's some like fucked up shit. There's like some gory humor, like Evil Dead style humor. There's like some offensive stuff. Like it's just a great time. And like I really enjoyed the sequel. I think it's better than the first one. And just overall, I think as a series, I hope this gets a third movie. I think after having something this strong and probably some of the best kills we're going to see all year, I hope we get a third one.
And if we get a third one, I'm pretty sure we know who the protagonist will be if they follow the same formats.
Yeah.
I too, it's not that I turned it off, but it took me a while to watch it. Because when I hear the name McG, I immediately think I'm going to be watching something I'm going to hate.
He has to be a douche with that name, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, right. I think he did the first Charlie's Angels. Maybe he did both. Actually, I think he did both. So I was like, all right, fine. I keep hearing it's good. I'll watch it. And I was just blown away how much. I was like, holy shit. I can now say I like a McG film. But and now I like two. Now I love two McG films. Who would have thought? Yeah, it's I don't know if I like it better because they're so together. It's kind of like I go, and I don't know if it's a fair comparison, but it's a similar thing with the Happy Death Day films. I like them both, but for different reasons. I mean, they're different films, and this one feels like the first one turned up, which is a good thing. In many cases, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick which one I like better, but I love them both. And yeah, you mentioned the performances. The one thing that I did not realize was that Bella Thorne was Allison in both movies, because she wasn't super Bella Thorne-ish in the first one. This one, she just annoyed me like she does.
Well, she's also like gets killed off pretty fast in the first movie. I mean, for at least she doesn't really get killed off, but
she disappears.
She's gone for most of the movie.
But yeah, because like some of the tit stuff in the first one's hilarious. I don't know. Maybe it was just she was like really Bella Thorne in this one. I mean, Like, okay, they all died. Why is she coming back with piercings? That didn't make sense to me. Because they all came back the same except hers.
Well, dude, because she's metal.
Okay.
Like, you know, Satan and face piercings now.
Well, I figured you
Go
just
with
come
the
back
goth
as where
in
you
her.
were. Okay. Well, but other than that, Dan, what did you think?
All right, I'll start with the good first. There are a couple fantastic kills in this. There's a scene involving a surfboard. There's some really creative kills. The film's very manic, but of course, so was the first one. All right, I got to be honest. This one's not as good as the first one for me. Not even remotely close. One thing that it lacks in the first one is a featured performance from Samara Weaving, who's fantastic.
Okay.
She really started to break around then. You don't get
you're
the
saying
same.
this one isn't as good because it doesn't have a breakout performer. Is that really what you're
No,
saying?
no. What I'm saying is Samara Weaving and Cole's interaction in the first one was a lot more interesting to me than this. And we're going to talk a little bit more after. But
yes, we're being super spoiler free, even though the name has already been added to IMDb. So
yes, but for me, there were some twists and turns here that were kind of random and frankly kind of stupid.
Dan doesn't
I
fun.
just didn't. It's a fun movie. There's some lines in there, particularly the pervert on the beach. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's who you self-identify with the most.
We're making s'mores. I thought that was funny. It is fun, but for me, this one is nowhere near the original. I also thought it would have been cooler if this were a road movie. It's kind of limited as far as like the island and everything. It's
When was the last time you watched the original?
Yeah.
No, the original I know is one location, but I don't know, something about this. I thought it would have been cool doing something.
And that's one
different.
thing I want to get. I want to get into that. Like the location of this film, I thought was fucking badass. Like I love the scenery, cinematography, and just like everything about it. And dude, like the other thing it did well was the thing that I thought the first movie did so well was all the horror movie references and all just the movie references in general. I've told you guys in the past, I'm a sucker for stuff like that. This kept up with it.
And I popped for the Jordan Peele comment. I wish Pugs was here so we got a reaction on that.
See, that's the thing for me about this. When it hits, but then there were other moments that I thought were kind of stupid. The video game fight scene.
Okay, that one, it took a minute. That was the only one that it felt a little out of place, but it didn't bother me.
There were a few groaners, I think, for me.
And then shoot, what was his name? The one who runs around with his shirt off. Jesus Christ, I can't think of his name.
The line from him that
Max.
I absolutely.
Thank you, Max. The whole time, I don't know why, and I may be alone in this. He reminds me of John Morrison, like a lot. So the whole time,
that's how he is in real life. You're saying?
I don't know, something about him. So sorry,
times.
I pulled a Dan ahead to bring a wrestling reference, but it was bothering me watching both of them.
Also an actor, so that works.
Dan, I got to ask you about this since you sound like you don't really like this one this much. You didn't think it was cool to see all the kids grown up and like how much they've changed as people and characters? Like I thought that was awesome. Like that's what a sequel is supposed to do, and it encompassed everything I enjoyed about the first movie, turned it up a little bit, and then had me, answered all my questions about, what are these kids like now after all the shit that's gone on. And it reminded me kind of like how we see Tommy Jarvis after in part 5, he's all fucking damaged.
Sure.
And it gave me references of that. I think you should have watched the first one right after, because this is in my opinion best scene right after the first movie to watch and compare them. And
Back to
I
back,
think
yeah.
the tone. I don't think there's as big of a tone shift as you may think there is.
Yeah.
Because the other movie is batshit insane
It
too,
is.
and it's still
Oh,
got
yeah.
stupid shit like the video game stuff. It has stupid scenes like that in the first movie as well. So
Oh,
I mean,
sure.
that's why I think I enjoyed this one so much, was watching it all of that before. I was kind of expecting everything going in.
The first one, and I believe we rated it a 5, Todd, way back in the day. This is similar. It's like I said, it's like, okay, that was hilarious. I loved it when Max, it's a simple line, but he's like, I'm not even mad, Cole, respect. I thought that made me laugh. There's a lot of bits. It's just, there's a fair bit of misses too. But
And well, since no one's put her over yet, Emily Ann Lind, that I didn't even realize. Well, I knew she was in Doctor Sleep, but I didn't realize she was also in the first Babysitter. I didn't realize that was the same girl when I was watching Doctor Sleep, and I actually had to check to make sure. I was like, did they recast her? But no. I was like, well,
she killed it.
Yeah, she did. And if you want to talk about
that, she did, and I'll talk about it a little, more openly when we get into the spoilers, but. She was actually, I think, kind of an issue for me. I thought she was a bit generic compared to some of the other actors. I don't know. I'm not like trying to piss in the Cheerios here.
But that's what
pissing in my Cheerios. Boy.
Damn.
It's not as good as the first one. Now, I can see a lot of people disagreeing. Again, I haven't obviously seen any reviews on this or talked to anybody except you guys, but it's a noticeable step down. It's not The Boy 2. You know what I mean?
It's funny. I thought it was going to be flipped with you two.
Oh, really?
But I should know Kruger has good taste, so.
Shut up, Todd. All right. So, well, you were complimenting him to insult me, so that's shut up, Todd. All
Damn,
right.
Okay, you better add that to the list now, Kruger.
That was an insult
every episode.
All right, so obviously there's a lot I want to say that I tried my very best.
Yeah,
let's
rate
it.
Yeah, let's rate it.
So let's rate it. What say you, Todd?
5.
Kruger.
The first movie, I think you guys said you guys gave it a 5 before. The first movie, I was like a 4. This is a 4.5 for me. Like I said, I liked it. I liked it over more than the first one. I like how this makes it a series. I hope we get a third one. It's batshit crazy, has over the top kills, CGI gore, but it's pretty well done. I can't really complain that much about it, and I'm really hoping for a third movie. Like, let's get that shit. Let's get the fucking ball rolling on that.
I'm down for a third one. Having said that, I am a 3. So yeah, that's where I'm at. All right.
Yet your review sounds much more negative than a 3.
Not really. I don't think so. There's more that hits than misses.
Well, let's get into the spoilers.
It's above average still. Like I said, great kills. There's some funny lines, but I'm going to say more.
Okay, so this is your warning. If you are not wanting to hear spoilers, you should leave now, because we're going to talk about spoilers. So you have been warned. There's the graphic.
You've been warned.
Spoiler
warning.
So first off,
all right,
not a super spoiler now, I don't think anymore, because her name's been added to the IMDb that Samara Weaving returns as oh shit. Now my name, I'm not doing names right today, as B. Jesus, I should know that. That's what I call my wife.
And that, in a nutshell, I think is one of my biggest issues.
That she returned?
She was fantastic in the first one. And I think the random face turn for me was
okay.
It just didn't
now,
work.
If Dan was talking in normal language,
the became a good guy. That didn't work for me. I think it really kind of took away a lot of what I liked about the first one. I mean, yes, they had a connection and everything. This one, to me, the new girl, or not the new girl, she's in the first one, but the new heavy. How about that? That's a movie term. She had lacked the charisma that Samara Weaving had in the first one, and she was just very generic. I don't know.
I disagree. She played up just as well as Samara Weaving did in the fucking first movie. She was channeling the exact same thing Samara Weaving was in the first movie, even though she was playing maybe a little bit more of a conniving bitch of a fucking character. I thought she played up good bad guy, and especially when she's getting more jealous at the end and shit, and she did everything because she really does like love Cole, but she's just a bitch and did shit fucked up. Like I don't know. I thought she was really good.
I think that, to me, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Good. No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, to me that kind of felt like that was definitely to make people happy, because they didn't have that in the first one, and I think a lot of people were bummed. So I didn't mind it. I'm kind of annoyed at us because we didn't mention Phoebe Jenny Ortega, who I thought was really good in her role as the one who pops his cherry. Or was it? That's a spoiler.
Oh yeah, fucking her character, like I thought was like the shit that character went through was powerful, and I felt for it, and like how damaged she was and shit. Like you could tell, like I felt sad as fuck that she was blaming herself for her parents' death. Yeah. And I think Dan didn't like this movie because he doesn't have a fucking heart.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do. See, I thought the goodbye between Samara and Cole in the first one was very nice. It's like you didn't need more of that. And then Samara comes back in this one, but it's all, I don't know, a little forced, not believable to me. It just didn't work.
Not believable in a movie about demons coming back from the dead.
We literally saw a video game.
There's still characters that resemble real life. I mean, I don't know, man. And obviously they probably couldn't secure Samara for a full movie. She's pretty in demand now.
And if they do a third one, I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard to get Emily Ann Lind.
Yeah,
she's on the rise.
I think they'd be beating a dead horse. I wouldn't mind a third one to see what they would do. I think they'd have to completely reinvent.
See, you know what? I'm going to give you this comparison, and I think for Dan, he might get it, because this one is a little turned up. I feel like the first one was Feast. This is Feast 2, and we're going to get even more batshit if we get a third a la Feast 3. I think that's the way it feels to me, because it's the first one was over the top. The second one was even more over the top.
Well, let's talk about the kills, man. Like like you were saying earlier, fucking surfboard kill was the shit. But like that silly string gag, I thought was hilarious. The guy that played John was fucking hilarious, and his kill was nasty as fuck. Like that had me pop really, really, really hard. And then like the decapitation of Allison. Oh, fucking brutal as shit. And like I said, this is turning me on the end of like, if CGI is done right, I enjoy it, but it needs to be done right. And in some areas, like it didn't look as good as others. So like, I don't know if maybe it's a lighting thing with some, I don't know what I have an issue with. I think maybe it's lighting, because like the more stuff I see in like darker lighting looks better to me.
Yeah, no, there's definitely good CG and bad CG.
I remembered my point from earlier when I was talking about the Feast thing, Dan, and the sequels a lot of people don't like. That's what I was going to say is another similarity.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, I have no idea what the reaction is to this. I would imagine it's
I don't know. I haven't looked.
I think I'll be in the minority. Although I think a lot of people will have some.
I think there will be. Yeah, I do agree. I think there will. You're not going to be like Bill and Ted on this one. You're going to have a lot of supporters on this one.
Yeah. Well, I think I've got supporters on that too. Not you.
No, you got like 3. I mean, overall in general, not like the 3 people you know.
Yeah, but I mean, again, I don't want to give the impression that this movie's not fun. There's a lot of fun to be had. It's just when you review a sequel, you do have to compare. And for me, the first one is head and shoulders. I don't know
why though. That's the thing. I keep hearing you say
Samara
that, but you're not
Weaving.
giving me a reason. Other than her, every other fucking area, other than goddamn Samara Weaving, Dan.
That's the big one. I'll be honest. That's
Boner
the big
won't
one.
let him like it anymore.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
the big one. I thought that, and I think some of the turns in this one, just I don't know, it just felt a little forced to me. I didn't.
But you know what?
Connect
See, I think it's you just haven't seen the other one enough because the turn in the first one.
I've watched the other one like
no, I know that, but the
2 times,
turn
3
in the
times?
first one is so fucking random.
Yeah.
It's no different than this. Actually follows a lot of the sequel things, hitting the same beats as the original, just changing them up.
Or some could say rehashing too, but
they didn't do a lot of rehashing in this one. This one was it followed the same beats, sort of like we've been talking about the American Pie films. They follow the same beats, but they do it different every time.
Yeah, again, you'll I don't know, turn your brain off and you'll have a good time.
I'm not going to argue.
The piss gag was funny. The piss gag was funny. There's
funny.
Some good kills. And for the most part, I like the cast. I really did not think that, and I keep forgetting her goddamn name. But
which one?
I didn't think our
Melanie.
Yes, Melanie. I'm sorry. I did not think that actress was particularly good. I thought that was just a very blah performance. You could have easily interchanged her with any other actress and it would have been fine. You cannot replace Samara Weaving though.
So in other words, this is all over because she's underage.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I actually believe she's of age, but that's probably why. So basically your beef is it's not the Samantha Weaving show.
The Samara Weaving show. Well, that, like I said again, it just doesn't gel on the same emotional level to me. A lot of the emotional stuff in this one felt forced. It just didn't hit the heart. I thought the ending of the first one honestly was perfect. This feels to me like one of those movies now where I'm like, I would have been good.
I can't even argue with that because it did end fine, and I would have been fine if we never got a sequel. But I really do enjoy what we got in the sequel.
That's cool. Like I said, this will put.
See, like I say, the Feast Comparison and Happy Death Day are really good because the sequels on those divided tons of people.
Yeah, I actually like all 3 of the Feast movies, but I get that. Like when we got like a robot showing up, or I think at the third one, it was like, okay, now it's just you're beating it dead.
Yeah, they were fun though. But overall, if you're with the hat, then I don't know. You may not want to rush. If you have taste, no, get on it. I'm kidding, Dan. I like when you have a different opinion.
If you like good soundtracks, you like fucking crazy kills, you want an over-the-top horror comedy that's gonna fucking... Man, I think if you're younger, you're gonna like this more than you fucking old fucks over there like Dan.
Absolutely.
Check this shit out. I highly recommend it.
I am only 34. I'm not...
Yet you still somehow older than me. Go figure that out. Yeah, it's worth your time. I guess, yeah, we already said that, but I can turn the spoilers off. All right.
Go.
Anything else you gentlemen would like to say about this film before we...
No, not really.
Yeah.
I do think I'll probably try and light Silly String on fire at some point. Don't try that at home. But yeah.
All right, take us home, Dan.
All right, guys. Be sure to stalk us on social media, and we hope you have an awesome evening. Be sure to listen to our #alive review. And that's all I've got. Good night.
Good afternoon.
Stay sick.
I'll shine.